Hello and Assalamu alaikum. I just wanted to let you know that the current refugee crisis is has artificial origins and is an artificial creature. The war in Syria or throughout the Middle East has been created artificially, based on lies from criminals such as George Bush or Obama that weapons of mass destructions or whatever criminal terrorists have been living in areas such as Syria, Iraq or Libya, where this was not the case ever. We have been having a peaceful Muslim world throughout the entire last century, but when criminals and CIA dictators such as George Bush, Clinton and Obama stole the elections, that we then had the game of accusing this or that person of being a bad person, and this in fact then had a counter effect that Muammar Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein or Bashar al-Assad then shouting back and accusing the other side of being the true criminal and dictator. In any case, we have criminals on all sides fighting and fighting and fighting and pulling more and more nations and networks throughout the world into this conflict. As a result, we have the refugees. The refugees are something that people don't like. The private people do not like it. They do not like to get involved in politics. They do not like anything. But they now get the refugees on the table. Yet they have ordered a completely different menu, if you want to say it in form of a little picture. The United Nations and all the world's headquarters, so to speak, have then said that we need to give each country a certain percentage, and this is what makes the trouble. The people don't want the refugees. The people's opinion is not being heard, as this is a proof that, for example, in Germany we have no democracy. We have various thousands and millions of people with their own opinion regarding the refugees, but all these thousands and millions of people have been unheard, have gotten unheard. Strangely enough, that they don't demonstrate, that they don't do anything, but in fact they swallow the bitter pill and accept the situation. The people should protest. They should get rid of the Federal Republic of Germany fake corporate system. It's all a fake. It's not a government. They should fight and demonstrate for a real, true democracy. The Allies have made it possible that we can re-establish a true, free democracy on the Second German Empire. That is still the legitimate basis for anything that has been going on in Germany. The people generally do not express great interest in anything, but they would have to, because if you don't participate in something, then you get overruled, get overrun, and then you don't have to wonder that your complaints in the end stay unheard as well. So this refugee crisis is a good start for you to take action, for you to take things seriously, to take your position and to bring it into the broader context that we have a global fraud system financed through America, through the Federal Reserve Bank, through their foreign agents such as the International Monetary Fund, the International Bank, the Bank for International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland, and the 100% daughter company, the European Central Bank. John F. Kennedy was one of the great fighters for liberty and justice, and he said that this private Federal Reserve Bank that actually got founded and started by the criminal Zionist Rothschild family from Frankfurt am Main, that this is a no-go, that he's not approving this, and that this has to end immediately. He wanted to have a true US dollar, a true American dollar, and not a US dollar that has been owned by the criminal Rothschilds and their cabal. please take this into account. Please consider the refugees. Please help them on humanitarian grounds if you can't help yourself with your missing rights, and give the political and global financial enslavement system a thought. If you want to free yourself, if you want to have your voice being heard, then you have to point your finger onto the true cause of all problems. Thank you. Bye bye.